Hi everyone, we're going to find the slope of the graph of the function at a given point by taking derivatives. So the first thing we want to do is take the derivative of f. So basically we have derivative of f of x equals 3x to the negative 2. Well, I'm just rewriting it right now. So the derivative of f of x would be negative 6x to the negative 3. So that's going to equal negative 6 over x cubed. And then all you're going to do is plug in your x to find the slope. So it's negative 6 over 1 cubed, which equals negative 6. So we're basically taking derivative of x with 1. We're plugging in 1. You get negative 6. The next one is this one. So I'll go ahead and rewrite it first. And when I take the derivative of f of t, this is just 0. And then when you multiply negative 1 times negative 3, you're going to get positive 3 over 5 t to the negative 2. So negative 1 minus 1. So that's going to be negative 3 over 5 t. This is to the negative 2, so you bring it down t squared. Now what we're going to do is do f derivative of 3/5, and when you plug that in, you get 3 over 5 times 9 over 25. That goes into 5 times, so you get 3 over 9/5, which equals 15 over 9, which reduces to 5 over 3. Okay. The next one is this one, so it's very similar. I don't need to rewrite this one, so just take the derivative of f of x. This just equals 0, and I'm going to multiply 3, or I'll just do 7/5 times 3. This is going to be x squared. You just go down 1, and that's going to equal 21 over 5x squared. Now we plug in 0, so f of 0, the derivative of that, you get 21 over 5 times 0 squared, which equals 0, and this is your slope. And the next one is, we don't need to rewrite, so just take the derivative. You get 9x squared. That's just going to be 0. And then we're going to plug in 2 for x. And when you do that, you're going to get the derivative of y of 2. It's going to be 9 times 2 squared, which equals 9 times 4, which equals 36. The next one is this one. And the first thing I'm going to do with this is go ahead and FOIL this out, meaning you just write it down twice. Whoops. And then, or use your a plus b squared formula. You're going to get 4x squared plus 4x plus 1. And then we're going to take the derivative of y, which you're going to get 8x plus 4. And then we're just going to plug in 0. So it's going to be 8 times 0 plus 4, which equals 4 is your slope. The next one I have is this one. So we're going to do the same thing. Just rewrite that. So that's just going to be 3. And if you FOIL that whole thing out, you're going to get x squared minus 10x plus 25. And then also, when you distribute, the 3x squared minus 30x plus 75. And we take the derivative of x and f of x, and you get 6x minus 30. And then we're just going to plug in our x for the slope. And so you get 6 times 5 minus 30, and that just equals 0. So the slope is 0. And the next one we have has a trig function. So basically on this one, we've got the derivative of f, and that's going to be, remember the derivative of sine is just cosine, and the derivative of some theta is just going to be 1. Okay, and then we're going to just plug in 0. So that's 4 times cosine of 0 minus 1. And the cosine of 0 is 1. So our slope equals 3. Next one we have is another trig function. So I'm taking the derivative of g of t. I know that the 2 just goes away. And then we have derivative cosine is negative sine. So it's going to be negative 3 sine of t. And my point, I forgot, was pi comma negative 1. So for that one, we're just going to plug in our x. So take the derivative and plug in pi. Sine of pi is 0, so we get negative 3 times 0, and that equals 0. And that's all. Thank you, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.